Well, hello, CCFR and Tracy Wilson. It's been a number of months, but I want to make this video. I want to address you all. Chief Justice Wagner has been very busy. For those who don't know, Chief Justice Wagner is our Supreme Court of Canada's highest justice in Canada. He was the Superior Court of Quebec's Chief Justice as well, before ascending to the Supreme Court of Canada underneath Stephen Harper. What's important to note here, folks, is 2 months ago, back in early August, Chief Justice Wagner, who had ordered the rewrite of all government websites in relation to the Constitutional Act of Canada, Consolidated, and the power of Governor General of Canada. He sat in that office after the NASA pilot was tossed out on her rear end. Why this is important for CCFR and one Tracy Wilson is firearms property rights, an argument you guys have been using. But the problem is Justin Trudeau is taking a set amount of firearms from us, the lawful gun owners, firearms owners, property rights holders, and place them in a list of weapons that are not to be in our possession, adding them to the Criminal Code of Canada, empowering all law enforcement. I repeat, all, as in Justice Minister Tyler Shandro can't do a damn thing about the criminal code. He can't, not him, and not all justice ministers of Alberta going forward from this day forward, long after I'm long gone from this earth. When my time comes, my children's time and their children. That's the fundamental problem with Canada, and the essence of what I presented in this title legitimately to the legislature of Alberta on my birthday, February 16th, 2022. Now I'm backed up by the Supreme Court of Canada. In fact, I'm backed up by every single constitutional expert in Canada, unless, of course, they're not constitutional at all. And I don't know a single lawyer or a single justice that will dispute what I'm about to tell you now. As now in this link, BuzzFuzz has rewritten Wikipedia's entry. I challenge any lawyer, justice, PAC, or any other civil society to have it rewritten in Wikipedia. What I presented to you, Part 5, Section 58 of Canada's Constitutional Act, Consolidated 1867-1982, plus all 11 amendments, tells you all clearly where your property rights lie. It's within provincial constitutionalism. You will find that in Section 92, all of the items, all of them, in massive majority, meaning you can't add provincial powers constituted in the highest laws of a province to the criminal code. You couldn't make them unlawful. You couldn't make them an action by any law enforcement in Canada. And again, I'm going to say it. Every single law enforcement agency in Canada follows the Criminal Code of Canada. Do you want to remove items of property from the Criminal Code? Write a provincial constitution enshrining such. Then they become off limits to the Criminal Code, because the Criminal Code cannot overstep the highest laws of the land, would be the provincial constitution. It's been there for you, unamended since 1867. Did you hear me correctly? There is no justice, no law in Canada that could be passed unless you get all 10 provinces and 3 territories to agree in majority, meaning you need 7 provinces. They're not going to do it because it would restrict their powers and property rights. You can get this done today. You can win the firearms debate. You can end it all and not have laughable fake narratives from one Justice Minister, Tyler Shandro. Because I promise you all Canadians, all of you, in every province and every territory, if you do not cement property rights in a codified, highest law of the land, provincial constitution, you don't have any at all. And what the Liberal Party of Canada, what the Federal Conservative Party of Canada, what the NDP and any other party that you could elect says that you don't have property rights, folks, you don't. Because not one premier in the history of Canada has ever cemented them for you, ever. Tyler Shandro can get anybody to do anything he wants except for the police. When they want to kick down your door and take your deemed unlawful firearms by any means necessary, they will. I have testimonials, precedent law right here in my own home province of Alberta. I lived it. And Tracy Wilson, you know I think the world of you, I think the world of CCFR. But folks, let's be real. You guys have helped fight those cases. Hundreds of thousands of dollars by legal firearms owners, legal firearms businesses in the business of selling those firearms have been put through the ringer. I know Wild West Saloon in Edmonton went to court with me. We both went to court on the same day over our firearms licensing. He owned prohibited firearms in his store. He lost it all. He paid more than $170,000 in legal fees. My firearms, my handguns never came back to me. After 8 years, I won on my own. And you know what, folks? There's nothing I can do about it. Nothing. Because we don't have any property rights, none whatsoever, codified in the province of Alberta or any other province or any other territory in Canada that you're supposed to have done. A premier, through lieutenant governor under section 58, could codify a provincial constitution. They can have constitutional conventions. If you think property rights aren't a big deal, Canadians, I don't know what to tell you. If you're going to trust a minister who comes and goes with the wind on every election cycle, I don't know what to tell you. Laws come, laws go. They change it like they change underwear. It happens. Every Canadian knows this. They know this. If you want it cemented like the property rights panel issued by Jason Kenney that's all of a sudden disappeared because he quit when he didn't like the idea of the Crown turning over those powers to all Canadian citizens, making Canada a real federalism for the first time in Canada's history. Again, called for and unamended in all of Canada's history, provincial constitutionalism. Your property rights, your civil rights, which overlap many human rights that you don't possess. Canadians, First Peoples, no property rights, no civil rights, no water rights, no natural resource rights, no rights really to education, no rights really to the family unit, no rights really to your health, even though these are deemed of the province, but they're in the Crown. They can be utilized by the federal government and taken away and stripped any time an incoming elected government wants to. And the provincial Crown will bend every time because there is no highest law of the land codified for any of you. Tracy, I harbor no resentment. CCFR, I don't harbor any resentment. I am stating a clear fact. The video is there. My presentation in the Alberta legislature is there. I come packing with the highest authority in Canada, the Supreme Court of Canada. More than that, I have every single world-renowned expert in constitutionalism available. In fact, one Richard Albert, the director of law for the state of Texas, who gave a monumental presentation for all Canadian citizens and all First Peoples. We have the best of the best worldwide. We could do this tomorrow. Right now, Jason Kenney could do this before he leaves office, but he chooses not to. You have people like Tyler Shandro, Todd Lowen telling you the same lies over and over. Oh, we're going to make this happen. But yet the next incoming government will change all the goalposts, change all the laws, with the snap of a finger, with the stroke of a pen, and you won't have them. You'll lose many other rights and freedoms over and over for all Canadian slave and savage class citizens. I didn't make these laws. I didn't make this country, but I know how to fix it. And the reality is, the Supreme Court of Canada presents this all to you in real time right now since my presentation, February 16th, 2022. It's not just that they rewrote Governor General and many government websites.